Hi, everybody. It's Todd Butera, and I am back with interview number 10 for New Ambassadors interview series. And I'm here with Randall Rodriguez. Randall,
Hi.
say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hey. Cheers. I don't know why you don't have a cocktail.
I have a Gatorade. I've been doing fight choreography all day.
Okay, well then there you are. So you need to replace your electrolytes.
Hydrate.
Very nice. Well, yay! Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. And
Gosh,
Randall,
I miss you, brother. I miss you.
I know. We've worked together a number of times, actually.
A number of times, and it was always a privilege.
Yeah, it was always a lot of fun. So it sucks that we're all separated right now, but
was it a lot of fun? Because
yeah.
Working on David Adam Gill's plays, although I've heard that most of them are comedic and they're fantastic because he's a brilliant writer. But the one that you and I worked on, I remember me just breaking down on the floor most times and just being heated. But people that's what great writing is about, right?
Yeah, but we're also egomaniacs. Like, yes, we're crying and breaking down, but we're loving the attention. That's the sad thing with actors.
Was I loving the attention, though, or was I just enjoying the fact that I get to live through something? Because that's what I really enjoy about acting, is that I actually get to go through something like that. Horrible. And Fault Lines, which is what David wrote, that you and I were in, and the brilliant actress Maria O'Brien. At the very end of it, I have to go through something just tragic and terrible, but it was an honor to go through it.
It was good. It was cathartic. Come on.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, speaking of theater and acting and shows that you and I have done, how did you actually get started in it? How did the theater bug bite you?
The theater bug? When I was very young. So I'm an immigrant to this country. And my mother brought us into St. Mary's School in Boundbrook, New Jersey. And apparently I could sing. I had a really good voice. And my very first thing that they ever cast me in was Salty, the singing Christmas Carol book. And I was in 3rd grade, and they cast me above the 8th graders just because of my voice. I can't sing now. The Army just screamed it out of me. And after that, I just knew that I loved theater, and I just loved the way to express, I guess.
That's great. I'm sorry you don't sing now. I didn't know you started out singing.
Yeah, I had a boy band. Me, this guy Greg Tucker, Jonathan Brooks, and Alex Garcia. We used to sing in the lunchroom, just like go to see in Boyz II Men, these old school songs, just to have fun. And then we got asked to sing in the high school concerts all the time.
That's really cool. That's really amazing. So now, how did you so beyond that, obviously you've been doing it ever since. How did you actually get involved with New Ambassadors?
Again, with Fault Lines. Janet Bentley, who is a director, actor, producer, artist, great. She asked me to come read for David Adam Gill's play Fault Lines. It was just a staged reading. And they were like, you have a script in your hand, just read and go through it. And you weren't a part of that one.
I don't remember when it was. I know you had read it. You read it before I got involved.
Yeah, and it was just a staged reading, but it was just so raw and just so intense that I mean, that's the way I started with it. With Janet was the one that introduced me, and then it was just so intense. And then I got to meet David, and he was a brilliant gentleman. And everyone told me he's a comedic writer. I'm like, really? What the hell did I read then? But it was.
I don't think I realized that was your first thing. I didn't know that.
That was the exact first thing that I've ever read, and then David and I had lunch and we spoke, and then I got to see you guys perform with a whole bunch of things. You guys were doing a bunch of readings, and I just came and just watched, and I was pretty impressed. You guys have some amazing talent. Not just, I think you guys cultivate a lot of writers, but then there's so many actors that are just involved with just being able to read, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's always great to be involved. I think that's a cool thing, to be involved with a company with playwrights, because obviously you want new work. You want I mean, it's great to do the old stuff, but it's nice to have like a forum where you're getting new stuff all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we read David's play again at, it was the PGE?
Probably.
At a coffee shop. And then someone says to me, this writer wants to talk to you, and it was Mandy Murphy. And
cool.
I went over there, and I'm like, hi, I'm Randall. She's like, hi, I want to talk to you about this. Here's my card. I'm like, okay, cool. That was basically it. And then she messaged me later about this play that she's been writing, and there was so many actors and so many writers and so much. I was kind of like, what is going on? But it was just kind of awesome.
Yeah, I think it's cool. We get to originate roles, and we actually are being, I think we're being published, right? And our names are going to be there for originating the roles in Fault Lines.
And that's a privilege, and I'm very grateful and humbled by it. But there was just so many great, seeing you guys all read the plays, because I was just sitting there one time. I wasn't involved in anything, but just seeing all of you. I mean, Todd, you are brilliant. I mean, I've acted with you and I've heard you read and all these things, and I could name countless actors and writers that I was just like, wow, this is amazing. You guys are just cultivating this brand new thing, and it's right there in the heart of New York City. It was an honor.
It was fun. So I guess that my next question, I guess, how has your experience been with the company? I mean, it sounds like it's been good, yeah?
I don't like them. I don't like them one bit. No, it's been great. I'm involved with, I guess, 3 companies right now. New Ambassadors is amazing. Not Infusion and the PGE that I get to read and just be part of. It's a group of brilliant actors, writers, directors, producers who just want to just bring out this raw art. And I mean, I sit back and I look at so many talented artists, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just watch.
It's fun.
It's better than me going out there, because there's so many brilliant New York City based actors that are just like washed over, like not washed over, sorry, like not looked at. So many talented artists, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'll just watch you all day. I'd pay to see that again. I don't even get to pay, because I'm just watching these brilliant writers, actors, directors, producers put their material out there, and it's just amazing. Brilliant.
It's good.
It's the only thing that I ever want to do, because I'm former military, had an amazing military career, got to go to one of the best schools in the nation for acting, got to study at the Globe Theater, and I get to watch all of these brilliant things. No one even really knows how much raw energy and brilliant acting is going on in New York City and the independent theater. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. Something to be supported. So speaking of that, what's your dream? Do you have a dream role, a dream play, something you'd like to direct, a dream movie, anything that like you're dying to do?
I actually just got cast, not cast, I actually got hired to do fight choreography for this film. Today I was doing it all day. Film that I'm doing fight choreography for, and they asked me to be in it because of fighting and abilities. But if I had one role, which I would love, and I always wanted to, and I almost got cast in it, I asked to audition, and then they found out that I was military, and they were casting one of the characters as a general, would be Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet.
That's a great role.
It is the most amazing role, and it is one of the most brilliantly written pieces of art. And the day that we were supposed to, so we went out on a tour of the East Coast and the West, and I was Paris and the Prince. The Prince was cast as a general, but I had auditioned for Mercutio, and the director, who will not name, says to me as he's watching the person who was cast as Mercutio go through the Queen Mab speech.
Yeah.
Turns to me and he goes, "You should have been Mercutio." I almost clocked him in the face. Tackle him, take him down, because the only thing that one role that I've always wanted to play was Mercutio, and that's probably gone.
Nah, it's Shakespeare. If you do it on stage, nah, you got plenty of time to play Mercutio.
Plenty. But from your mouth to God's ears.
I hope so. So here's a good question. This is one of my favorites. If you weren't an actor, fight choreographer, if you weren't in entertainment, what would you have done?
Well, I'm an immigrant to this country, and my mother and my father did so much, struggled through so many things. They had 4 kids by the time they were 24, back in the mid-'80s by that time. And my father, who struggled through so many triple, quadruple, overtimes, just to put food on the table for us, he started his own landscaping business. And my brothers, I have younger twin brothers, and I have one amazing older sister. She's a genius, by the way. And my brothers are just the most amazing human beings that you'll ever meet. We were laborers all our lives. And now Kenneth, who is one of the twins, works for Vollers in New Jersey, and he's a project manager for one of the top construction companies on the East Coast. Jonathan also is a project manager as well. My sister is a professor at Rutgers University, and we've been laborers all our lives, but we have our own businesses. My dad still has his business, Eli's Lawn Care, and my brothers do their own landscaping and construction. I would probably be working for my dad or working with my brothers and doing construction or labor work, or yeah, something along those lines.
Good. Well, we're glad you're acting and fight choreographing and all that stuff. Here's another question. What do you think so far has been your favorite part of being a part of New Ambassadors? What was your favorite thing that has happened so far? Was it Fault Lines?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It is just sitting there quietly watching all of this brilliant raw material. I mean, Fault Lines is absolutely fantastic, but I just sit back and just watch all of this raw material, and I'm sitting there and I'm baffled, because I'm like, how did you come up with these ideas? Where you writers, you directors, you producers, you just coming up with all of this brilliant work? I'm like, what? I thought about that. I couldn't even think about that because it's just not my line. I love acting. I wish that I could write. I wish that I could direct. I don't think that I'm qualified, but
you never know. Believe me, look, we all learn as we do it, and believe me, there's a lot of people that are doing it that aren't qualified. So why not?
But my favorite part would be just sitting back and watching all of these brilliant artists come out and do their thing, because I sit back and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, that's a great day.
Very cool.
Amazing. Brilliant.
So one final question. What's your opinion on this? Do you think, like, after COVID is over and we're all back to normal, that pants should be optional?
I don't ever think that pants should be optional. One.
Really? So you think even like, I mean, because I'm not wearing pants.
I just got back fight choreography, and I jumped in the shower, and I'm like, Mom, no. And then I got in, and then I'm like, I'm wearing this button down and the tank top, but there's no pants underneath. There's just a fluorescent yellow X, what's it called? The gear, X something.
X gear.
Under Armour.
Under Armour.
Under Armour underwear. And that's about it.
I think that's good. Well, I think that pants are probably necessary for fight calls.
We want the gear that is the least accessible and less that gets tangled. So no, because
Really?
when I was blessed to be a wrestler, and I wrestled in high school and in the military. We would just wear a singlet.
Well, yeah. Well, the Greeks did it in the nude.
They did.
There you go.
God bless them.
And so I guess we should end this interview on the thought of nude wrestling, because I think titillation is important in the time of COVID. So
100%.
there you go.
Not always a pleasure.
Thank you, Randall. Thank you for spending some time with us. Thank you, everybody. I think we'll have more coming up. So everyone have a great evening, and chin chin. Bye.